Welcome back, everybody. Welcoming you to another exciting matchup here in Out of the Park Baseball 20, our favorite game, and another matchup between two teams from baseball history, 60 years apart to be exact. We first of all have the 1909 St. Louis Browns, who weren't a great team. They did lose 89 games, finished 7th in the American League. Not a whole lot of household names on the team. The one name that I do want to point out is Rube Waddell, who we all know is a Hall of Famer. Heyday were with the Athletics, but he is at 32 pitching here with the Browns. He had 141 strikeouts that season. Very charismatic. A lot of great stories about Rube Waddell. I'd encourage you to to look up his name on maybe Wikipedia or something and see some of the interesting things he got into, but not a great team to speak of, and we're going to see them match up against the 1969 Pirates. Let's get the Pirates profile up here. The Pirates, on the other hand, won 88 games. We've already had a few Pirate teams that were featured that played in this era. This wasn't one of their best years. They're a season away from winning the pennant. But of course, the roster is full of talent. Mazeroski and Clemente headlining there. Willie Stargell at left field before he made the switch to first. Doc Ellis at 24. Jim Bunning winding down his career. So the Pirates, who had a managerial change also this year, were pretty good, if not great. So they'll go into the series definitely being the favorites. Waddell will face off against Bob Beal to open the series. It'll be opened at Forbes Field a year before they headed out to Three Rivers. So we're going to have the 4 games, if necessary, at Forbes Field. And, of course, the brand new Sportsman's Park will host the Browns games. So let's see what happens here in our best of 7. Browns, the underdogs, to face the Pirates. So let's get straight to the highlights. Opening up the game is Hobie Ferris against Veal here in the top of the first inning. And this is a shot down the left field line. This will get down with the man all coming all the way from first to score the opening run, and Ferris drives in the first run of the series, an RBI double, and pitching matchup here picks itself up in the top of the 5th with George Stone up there and the Browns leading. Stone with the man on, hits it again to left here. This one's fair, and another threat here for the Browns against Bob Beal. It is 2nd and 3rd with only 1 out. And Art Griggs up there. He hits it to center. This is going to be playable. The runner will hold at 3rd. Alou gets it back in a hurry, so Griggs can't come through. And now it's Danny Hoffman. And Hoffman lifts this one to left. Coming in hard is Stargell to make the play. The 1-run game will continue to the bottom of the 5th with Manny Sanguillen up there. And Waddell's been very good, as expected. But this one's lined to right for a single. Leadoff single by Sanguillen here in the 5th. Here now is Gene Alley with the single up the middle. And just like that now, the Pirates have a threat with 2 men on and nobody out. Freddie Patek at the plate. Ball gets away. Runners will advance. So the go-ahead run now on at 2nd. Infield comes in. Patek watches strike 3, and he's out. He misses out on the opportunity there to get some runs across, and now the pitcher up Veal is going to bat for himself. He hits it to short. Play is made, holding the runners. And Waddell might get out of this. All he's got to do now is face the tough Matty Alou. And Alou will hit this one past the second baseman. It'll get through. 2 runs will score. Yes. The runner safe at the plate. And Matty Alou gives the Pirates the lead here 2-1. Game moving down to the bottom of the 6th. First and second. And Sam Guillen singles to center. This will load the bases. Waddell and some definite hot water here as Gene Alley comes back up. And Alley lines it down the left field line. This is a fair one. And that'll get 2 home, and the Pirates have really made Waddell pay here, as the last 2 innings have been great for them as they now extend their lead to 5-1. Waddell's gone with Harry Howell in there, and Richie Hebner up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Hebner singles to center. This will score 2. 21-year-old Richie Hebner plates 2, and it is 7-1, folks. Now 8-2 with G. Barber pitching, and there's a shot by Hope Ferris with a man on. Ferris this time has a triple. Another RBI for him. He's having a heck of a game. It's 8-4 now. 8-5 as we move to the 8th. Bobby Wallace facing Joe Gibbon. Wallace will single to center. So the Browns are not going quietly. Jimmy Williams now at the plate with nobody out. Williams to second. There's a play by Mazeroski at 1. Easy double play. 4-6-3 there. The Gold Glover getting it done. Move to the top of the 8th with George Stone up there. Stone will go the other way for a single. It is the 12th hit for the Browns. Bill Graham now facing Stargell, bottom of the 8th. And Stargell hit this one the other way for his 2-out single. But we move now to the top of the 9th. It's 8-5 with 2 outs. And Roy Hartzell up there. Hartzell single to center to keep the game alive. Jim Stevens now. Stevens will pop this up. Coming on over is Taylor, who makes the play, and that'll do it. The opener here at Forbes Field goes to the Pirates. They had a nice comeback here. They put 6 runs on the board in the 6th inning. That was the big difference. Gene Alley went 4 for 4. And Stargell 4 for 5. So those were really the 2 heroes there. And Rube Waddell was cruising along until the middle innings when the Pirates got to him. And their best hope of maybe winning some of these games is Waddell. They're not as strong after him, and this loss will hurt the Browns' chances. But we'll move now to the 2nd game and see what transpires as Bob Muth face Jack Powell, and we'll see what transpires. So bottom of the 1st, Al Oliver up there with 1 down against Jay Powell. And Oliver hits this one in deep into the gap in right, and this will go. Forbes Field can't hold it. Al Oliver out Powell for a 1-0 lead for Pittsburgh. Moving to the top of the 3rd. Danny Hoffman up there with a man on. Hoffman hits it up the middle. That'll get through. Runner advancing the 3rd. He beats the throw. And runners on the corners now for Hope Ferris. As Bob Moose tries to get out of a jam, this is hit into the hole. That'll get through. And the Browns Tie this game up at 1. Ferris with an RBI single. Hartzell up there now. Hartzell watches strike 3. He takes a seat. That'll bring up Jim Stevens with 1 down. Stevens will go right back up the middle. He went with that pitch, and that will load the bases. Bob Moose in all kinds of trouble now as Claude Rossum's up there. Bases loaded. This one's hit to third. Play is made at second. A turn by Mazeroski. It's there. Double play, and the inning over. Game will remain tied here as we move to the bottom of the first with the Pirates. Man on first. Al Oliver back up there, and Oliver gets it done again. He'll hit this one to right. And this will move runners to second and third now with 1 down. And Willie Stargell now facing Jack Powell. Stargell hits this one deep to center. Catch is made, tag is made. And scoring is eluded. The Pirates take the lead. Clemente now up there. Clemente down the line and left. This will get a run home. Double by Roberto Clemente, and it is now 3-1 Pirates. As they look to take a commanding lead in this series. Now, George Stone's up there with Powell on first and 1 out. Stone will hit this one in front of the plate. He's got a good chance to beat it. He will. And that's actually going to be an error now that they're giving to Sanguillen. And Art Griggs now has a big chance here. But Griggs chases a pitch out of the zone. He'll strike out. Then we'll move to the top of the 6th with Stone up there and a man on. 3-1 ball game. Stone hits it the other way. That'll drop for a hit. First and second now for the Browns as Griggs is back up there. Griggs will take this one past the first baseman, and this will score a run. But Clemente has other ideas. He throws home, and they get the man. What a throw by Clemente right on the nose. Powell challenged the arm of the Hall of Fame Gold Glover, and he paid for it. Now Danny Hoffman's up there. And that's a grounder back to the mound, and the Pirates get out of the inning thanks in great part to them. Great assist by Clemente. It's 3-1 now as we move to the 7th. Call Rossman up there, and Rossman hits this one to the left. It'll drop in there. Runners on first and second. Bobby Wallace at the plate. Wallace swings and misses at that off-speed pitch, and that will end this inning. 2 runners left on there. We move to the 8th. Joe Gibbon, the pitcher for the Pirates. Powell up there, and Powell will single. And that is the 13th hit for the Browns, who only have 1 run. And Stone is a strikeout victim for the first out of this inning. Griggs back up there. Griggs strikes out. And Gibbon is showing some life on his pitches in this inning. Danny Hoffman now with the man on. Hoffman hits it to first, but the ball gets through. Runners on the corners. It's another hit for the Browns. 14 of them, and Hope Ferris now with a big chance in the 8th. Pitch coming. Ferris takes ball 4. And the sacks are loaded with 2 outs. A huge spot here for Roy Hartzell. Gibbon with the delivery. Hartzell takes ball 4, and it's 3-2 now as Gibbon walks in a run. And Joe Stevens now have with the chance. Stevens takes strike 3 and Gibbon gets out of it, only allowing the single run, and it's 3-2 now as they leave the bases loaded. Here's Al Oliver now in the bottom of the 8th. Oliver will hit this one back up the middle for a single. He's had a 3-hit game. There's a grounder to short, which will get through. And now Richie Hebner up with the men on the corners after the Taylor hit. Hebner grounds it past the diving first baseman. This will score a run. Taylor all the way to third. And he beats the throw. It is now 4-2 thanks to Hebner. Manny Sanguillen up there was still only one out. Sanguillen hits it past the infielders. This will get another run home. So the hits are raining here for the Pirates as they've added on to this lead. It's 5-2. We move now to the 9th with Bruce Campton on the mound, and the pitch is hit to second. Mazeroski, beautiful play. He gets his man, and the Pirates win game number 2, 5-2. Al Oliver 3 for 4 for the Pirates. Moose did okay with 6 strikeouts. He earned the win. Powell pitched well, but it was 14 hits for the Browns. Then they only can convert 2 runs. Not very good there with their chances, and they paid the price as the Pirates now heading to St. Louis and Sportsman's Park, but they're leading the series now 2-0. Doc Ellis will go to the mound for the Pirates against Bill Bailey in Game 3. So it's Sportsman's Park now with Willie Stargell coming up here in the top of the 3rd. Try to get a better view here if we can. I think the wide camera is a little bit better. So here's Stargell against Bailey with a man on 3rd. Stargell will lift this one to right. It'll drop. It's a base hit and an RBI for Willie Stargell. So the Pirates go up 1-0, and we move to the bottom of the 3rd with Doc Ellis facing Bobby Wallace. And Wallace will hit this one to right. This will send the runner to 3rd. Here comes Clemente's throw. And this time it's beat. Well, they wanted to test Roberto, and he showed off the arm again, but this time the gamble pays off a little bit. And it's 2nd and 3rd now with 1 out for George Stone. And Stone will hit this one deep to center. This one will drop. Plays at 2nd, but 2 runs are going to score. And the Browns are going to take the lead in this ball game 2-1. As Art Griggs comes up now, and Doc Ellis is struggling. Here's another shot to right. This will play to run. It's another double. Griggs drives in a run. It's now 3-1 Browns. Stone scores on the play. And Doc Ellis struggling. It's 4-1 now, bottom of the 5th. Ellis still up there. 2 men on, 2 out for Hope Ferris. And Ferris hits it into the gap. This will go all the way to the wall. Clemente retrieves. Are they going to send the runner? They will. And 2 runs are going to score here. The Browns having all kinds of success here in game number 3. It's 6-1 as we move to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the 8th, I'm sorry. It's 6-2 now with Gene Alley up there. And 2 outs. Alley will line this one into the gap. So he has a double here late in the game, and the Pirates put together a couple of runs here in the 8th inning. It is now 6-3. We move to the bottom of the 8th with Claude Rosman up there against Frank Russo, and this one's lined to left for a hit. They move to the 9th. Richie Hebner up there with 2 outs against Chris. And Hebner will pop it up. It's going to be caught, and that'll do it. The Browns with an efficient win here in game number 3 to get right back into the series. It is now 2-1 Pirates. Bill Bailey gets the win. George Stone 3 for 4 with a double. Danny Hoffman 3 for 4 with a ribby. And it was a crucial win, which now makes a series of it. We'll move now to game 4, where Steve Blass is set to take Pelty, actually, and it'll be a chance for the Browns to tie things up at home or the Pirates to extend the series lead. So coming live now from Sportsman's Park for game number 4. It's Al Oliver in the top of the first, facing Pelty. Oliver will hit this one deep to right. Does he have another one? He does. Oliver with a home run that just clears the fence. That's the second one this postseason here for Al Oliver, and it's 1-0 Pirates. Richie Hebner now at the plate. And Hebner will line this one into the gap. Left field now, that's going to plate 2. Hebner's going to move for third, and he'll make it. Hebner with a triple. It's 3-0 now to start this first inning for Pittsburgh. A 2-run triple, and we move now to the third with Clemente up there. It's 3-0. Pelty delivers, and Clemente deep to left. This will be way out of there. Clemente with a solo shot to left field. It is 4-0. Pittsburgh in control here till the bottom of third, with Blass facing Griggs and 2 men on and nobody out, and there's a walk. So now the home team has a big rally in the third. Bases loaded, nobody out. Danny Hoffman up there. Hoffman swings and he misses for the strikeout. Hope Ferris now at the plate. Ferris strikes out. So Blass working out of this jam in style if he could just get Hartzell. But Hartzell comes through. A single the other way, which is going to score 2. Hartzell, a big 2-out hit. And it is now 4-2 with Jim Stevens at the plate. Stevens will strike out, but the Browns do get 2 back in a 4-2 game, which moves to the 5th. Stargell up with nobody out. 2 men on. Stargell hits it deep to right. Way back there. You can forget it. Willie Stargell with the 3-run homer. It's a bomb to right, and now it's 7-2. Bases loaded, same inning here, and this one's lifted to left. It is Steve Blass, the pitcher, coming through here with a 2 RBI double. He gets into the action. Clemente and Hebner score. Blass having a good time with that, and this blowout continues all the way to the 9th with nobody out, and Hope Fair is up there. 2 men on. This one's to first. Plays made at second. Throw back to first. It is not in time. They'll get the force at second for the first out. Now there's 2 outs with Claude Rossman. And Rossman strikes out. So Pittsburgh dominates game 4, putting 13 runs up there with 16 hits. And a 13-4 final for the Pirates. Clemente 2 for 2 with 4 runs scored. Stargell had that big 3-run shot. No questions about this game as Pittsburgh now has a chance to win it outright in St. Louis if they can take game number 5. They're up 3-1 in the series. And Rube Waddell is back on the mound to try to save face here for the Browns against Bob Vila, rematch of Game 1. So right away, a pitching matchup here as we move to the 4th in this game. Waddell on the mound with a man on first and 1 out. And Oliver will hit a single to right. Runner moving to 3rd, so the Pirates now with a rally. Waddell ran into trouble in the middle innings in Game 1. Let's see if he can work out of it against Carl Taylor. Taylor takes ball 4. Waddell starting to lose it a little bit here as Sanguin's up with the bases loaded and 1 out. Sanguin, the second. Play at home is made. Throw to first. Not in time, but they get the force to avoid any runs. And this will bring up Gene Alley with 2 outs. Alley hits it to center. This should be playable. It is. Hoffman gets it, and Waddell works out of that jam. As Al Griggs comes up in the 4th. Griggs will hit it to left. That'll get to the wall. Griggs with a double. He's moving for 3rd. And he'll get there. A triple for Griggs. Stargell took his time out there and he paid for it. So now there's a runner on 3rd here for Roy Hartzell and Bob Veal facing them with 2 out. And Veal walks him on 4 pitches. So Stevens up there. Stevens lines it up the middle. This will get through, and it'll be the first run of the game. The Browns get on the board here. And we'll move now to the 6th. Waddell still nursing that 1-0 lead against Stargell with 1 out. The shift is on. Stargell will line it to center. This will get to the wall. And Stargell moving to 3rd. Here's the throw, and Stargell will make it with a 1-out triple. The big left fielder coming through here as Pittsburgh tries to tie this game up. Al Oliver at the dish, infield in. Oliver watches strike 3 as Waddell gives him the splitter on that one. That's 11 Ks for Waddell on the mound. He's been very, very good, but can he get Taylor?
Strike 3.
He can. He strikes him out. Strikeout number 12 for the wacky Waddell. And they are moving now into the later innings, holding that 1-0 lead. Waddell with 12 strikeouts. We're only in the 6th inning. Here's Ferris now, bottom of the 6th. Ferris will hit this one deep to left. This has got a chance. The insurance they want. Oh, Ferris really put a charge into that one. 424 feet. It's 2-0 St. Louis. And still going here. We're in the 8th with Stargell up there. Waddell has now been replaced with Harry Howell. It's 2-0. This one lifted to left center and will drop for a hit. Man on for Oliver. He'll single to left, and now there's 2 men on with 2 out. And Carl Taylor coming to the dish. Taylor will hit this one to right. It is grabbed out there, however, by Griggs. A nice running catch. And the 2-0 lead continues as we move with 2 outs at the bottom of the 8th. Jim Stevens up there. Stevens will hit this one deep to left. This will get over the wall. Sportsman's Park can't hold it. It's another homer for the Browns, and this is a 3-0 game now as we move to the 9th. 1 out, and Freddie Paddock up there. A man on. Paddock will hit it to second. We got to play at second. Turn to first. Double play, and the Browns, behind a good performance by their pitchers, especially Rube Waddell, get through this game. Waddell went 6+ and struck out 13 men. He was pulled a little prematurely. Maybe there's a backstory to that because he was pitching brilliantly, but didn't matter in the end as the Browns win the game 3-0 and are putting up a valiant fight in this series as now we'll head everything back to Forbes Field for Game 6 where Bob Moose will try to win it for Pittsburgh and Jack Powell will try to force a Game 7 coming up. So now moving to the action, we are top of the second with Claude Rossman up there and 2 men on. Rossman will hit this one to short, play at second for 1 over the first. It's a double play. We move now to the bottom of the third. Matty Alou up there with Freddie Patek on second. And Alou will come through with his extra base hit to left. It'll score a run. The Pirates back home in style get on the board first here in the third inning. It's 1-0. Alou on third. It's Stargell up there against Powell. Stargell will lift this one into the gap. He comes through again. 2-0 Pirates as they try to close out this series. Base is loaded now for Manny Sanguillen. Powell in all kinds of trouble. Sanguillen the short play will be made at second for the force. So the 2-run lead holds as we move to the top of the fifth with Bobby Wallace up there. Wallace lifts this one in the gap. He splits it. This will score a run. Wallace with a double, and it is now 2-1. Moving to the sixth. Bob Moose hoping to hold the lead here as Hope Ferris is up there with 2 down. Ferris hits it on a line in the left. That'll drop. And Roy Hartzell now up there with 2 outs in a big spot. Hartzell can't get it done. He strikes out. And just like that, the inning's over, and we move now to the bottom of the sixth with Clemente up there in only a 1-run game. And Clemente will lift this one deep to center. This one's got a chance to get out there. It does. Clemente on his horse. He'll move all the way to third. It's a triple for Roberto Clemente. So a big chance here to add to their lead, but it won't. They will actually. 3-1 as we move to the bottom of the eighth with Al Oliver up there and nobody out. Oliver will single to center even with the shift on. Carl Taylor up there. Taylor with a single. This will get runners on first and second as the Pirates are starting to smell it here. Richie Hebner at the plate. Hebner will single to center with the man on scoring position. He'll hold up. The bases remain loaded here in the eighth. The Pirates can really break it open, but they won't. We'll move now to the ninth. It's a 3-1 game with Bruce Del Canton on the hill. Danny Hoffman at the plate. This is single to right, so the Browns will bring the tying run at the plate in Ferris, who's already shown he's got the power to do it. This is at second, though. Mazeroski, a great turn, throw to first. And it is not in time, but Mazeroski with a great turn to get the lead man. And now Hartzell up there with a man on. He strikes out. So Pittsburgh now an out away from ending this series. Jim Stevens up there. And he strikes out. And that'll do it. The 1969 Pittsburgh Pirates take this series 4-2. They wrap it up at home. They won this one 3-1 behind some quality pitching. A good series at that. Bob Moose gets the win here. Matty Alou was 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. And the favorites, just as expected, win the series. They won all 3 of the games at Forbes Field. Had a little trouble in St. Louis, but they came back and won it. Some numbers here. Danny Hoffman hit .444 for the series. Hope Ferris had 8 RBIs with a good series. Rube Waddell struck out 18. He went 1-1. But Willie Stargell had the 7 RBIs and hit .565 with 13 hits. Al Oliver with 2 home runs. Richie Hebner, 6 RBIs in the series. Bob Moose with 2 wins, 15 Ks, and an ERA under 2. Will tell us the story as things wrap up here. The Pirates defeat the Browns 4-2, 1969 over 1909. Hope you enjoyed the series. No surprises here. Willie Stargell, just to quickly mention, was named the MVP of the series. And as we mentioned earlier, he was 13 for 23 at the plate with 7 RBIs. 4 runs scored, double, triple included in that. Great series for Stargell. So that'll do it. Hope you enjoyed it. And of course, we really hope to see you back on our next matchup. Here using Out of the Ballpark 20 for some great historical fun. Thanks for joining us.